Welcome. So this is my first ever 40K battle report. So let me open with my opponent doesn't know how to play the game, so this was his first time ever playing 40K. He's the same guy that I was teaching how to play Fantasy, Shane, but now I'm kind of giving him the 40K experience, and I feel like I know how to play 40K pretty well, so it was a much more smoother experience than Fantasy. So this is the list that I had posted about earlier on Warhammer and my wife that I just wanted to play test, just to kind of see how it works, see what type of spells I maybe wanted to give the librarian, etc. So I thought Shane would be a perfect opponent. The army that I built for him, the 400-point army, was nearly identical to the army I built for myself, other than instead of taking a Landspeeder Storm and 5 scouts, I gave him a Dreadnought with a las cannon, a twin-linked las cannon, and a missile launcher. Points don't quite equal out the same, but it was fine. It was a fun game nonetheless. So the first picture, what you're seeing here is the scenario from the type of game that we were playing, 40K in 40 minutes. We rolled the dice and we got something like a 4, and this was kind of the scenario that it gave us. The dice is marking out where the camp deployment is. We obviously didn't have like all the barriers in the town or the kind of all the walls and stuff like that, so we just kind of put up what was around my house, a bunch of candles, this little glass thing with sand in it, and that Triceratops skeleton. Just, that's what we had, so that's what we used. So the deployment is in the center, and like there's these two little areas on both sides of the table where the guy who's trying to invade deploys. So the dice mark off the deployment, and this was how it turned out. So let's go ahead and move over to the next picture here. This was where we deployed. So he deployed in the camp, I deployed outside of the camp. There was a few special rules to this mission, like night fire, etc. There were these other rules too, but I really wanted to make it simple, so I just decided to play a simple, just let's blow stuff up game. So I deployed my Landspeeder on the east, and my Landspeeder on the west, and my tactical squad with my librarian on the west, and he just deployed his stuff in the middle. So just a better shot of my speeder, which is taken apart for the most part, and where he deployed his guys, where I deployed my guys. It's pretty much just a tactical squad with a heavy weapon and an assault weapon with a librarian attached. He has the same thing. So here was, he went first, and he didn't really, he moved his guys a little bit, but he didn't, or he got a few shots off, I think, with his Dreadnought, and took out maybe 2 of the guys from my tactical squad that were over on the east side. What you're seeing here is kind of the first engagement. What I did is I moved my speeder probably, I don't know, 6 inches or so away from his tactical squad after I had shot at it. So first I shot at it from a group that I'll show you in a later picture, and then I assaulted it with, or shot at it with my scouts, and then assaulted it with my scouts. I whittled it down by maybe 4 or 5 Marines after shooting and assaulting, but when he attacked back, he pretty much creamed me with his librarian and sergeant, which both had power weapons. So here's where I teleported my tactical squad, so they were all bunched up, but I teleported successfully. Here was where my Landspeeder was, just a little bit south is that fight that you just saw. He moved his Dreadnought away because I was telling him that my group with the my tactical squad had a multi-melta in it. So what he decided to do is just move out of range of my tactical squad, just because his dreadnought was probably his best chance of winning. So here it will kind of give you an overview of, I think this is probably the end of my turn 1. So this is the end of my turn 1. I shot his tactical squad up. Then my scouts assaulted it after shooting, and it whittled it down pretty heavily. He killed my scouts, obviously, with his guys, and he got shots off, I think, with his dreadnought. So he was just pretty much every turn, my tactical squad was whittled down by 2 guys because his dreadnought shot his last cannon and his missile launcher, and I just really couldn't do anything about that. I took my speeder thinking maybe I can take his dreadnought out, so I just moved behind him with my heavy flamer on a 6. I get a glancing hit, so I thought, why not chance it? Because on the back he has 10 armor, so it was a chance of me at least getting a glancing hit. So what you see in this turn is, so let me just go back a few. Here, what I did was, after he had taken out my scouts, it was, I think this is my turn 3 or something like that, I just shot at him with everything I had, and then I assaulted him, and I pretty much just massacred him with all my power weapons, and he just fluffed on his hits back on me. So I think I won. I killed 4 of his guys, and I overran his librarian. I think that's what happened. So this group was dead, and then next turn, it was this picture. I think, yes, with my heavy flamer, I was able to destroy one of his weapons. I got a glancing hit, and then I think I rolled a 6, or maybe a 5. And I destroyed his last cannon, and then I was thinking, oh, I'll just go in for the kill, so I just teleported by the dreadnought, which was my most fatal mistake. I definitely should not have done that. But I teleported right next to the dreadnought thinking I would just take him out. I don't know what I was thinking. So I kind of had him cornered, but he had his back to the wall. And what he did was he shot his missile launcher. So I think this was turn 5. He shot his missile launcher into my land speeder and just knocked it out. And then he assaulted my my tactical squad with my librarian with his dreadnought, and it went all downhill from here. So with his one dreadnought, I didn't realize, I guess I forgot that I couldn't really do anything to it other than from his behind. So the first turn, I think he just took out 2 guys, yeah, with both of his attacks, and I went on his back. How did that work? Oh yeah, I piled in my 2 guys with 3 attacks each on his back, and on a 6 I'm able to score a glancing. So I just rolled a few times, and to summarize what happened is it pretty much did not end very well for me. He killed just about all of my guys other than my sergeant and my librarian were the only ones that survived. And Shane rolled the dice to see if we do turn 6, and we did, and he killed the 2 guys in this picture, the flamer guy and the multi-melta guy, or the melta guy who was proxying as a multi-melta. So I think the dreadnought, how he was configured, was either 126 or 125 or 135 or something like that. And my librarian with the sergeant was maybe like 126 or something like that. So it was pretty much a tie game. There was no clear-cut victory. I think the conditions we had set was if you won by 50 points, it was a slight victory, and if you won by 100 points, it was a clear-cut victory. So nobody really won because it was just super even. But we were for the most part using the same armies. So hopefully that was an entertaining, if anything, if not educational, battle report of just librarians and how this army works. Bye-bye.